dragon Magnus. The Feige jealous? Ooh. I wonder why. Let's check out this article here, sir. And I believe this is about Bo DeMaio talking about what went on in Marvel making X-Men 97. So, X-Men 97's creator has no faith in MCU X-Men plans. Former X-Men 97 showrunner Bo DeMaio says he has no faith, at least for now, in Marvel Studios' upcoming mutant saga. Neither do I. So we have something in common, sir. Citing poor planning, ego-driven decisions, and lack of respect for the X-Men's legacy. Well, many fans have been saying that Marvel has not been respecting the legacy of these IPs. In a lengthy Twitter post, DeMaio broke down why he didn't trust the MCU's approach to the X-Men, pointing to missed opportunities, questionable introductions, and recycled Fox-era characters. Feige's X-Men and New Age of Mutants started after Secret Wars. The Fox Marvel Legacy X-Men characters are also returning to Avengers Doomsday. DeMaio says fans ask him often whether he believes Marvel Studios can deliver a proper X-Men reboot. Quote, now I do have faith in MCU's mutant saga. Now, do I have faith in the MCU's mutant saga? Short answer, not yet. No. He explained that telling great X-Men stories requires deep planning, careful rollout, respect for canon, something he hasn't seen from Kevin Feige's leadership. You damn right, son. It's like we saw it all the way through phase, 3? And then phases 4 and 5 went to trash. You also need to suppress your ego to make it your own and focus on meeting the mutants on their terms, deeply respecting their canon and the emotional investment that fans have. Criticizing the MCU's mutant teases, DeMaio took aim at how the MCU has introduced mutants so far. Quote, our first intro to the X-Men in the MCU is a retcon that Kevin forced onto the franchise to make it his own. He called it a FU to fans and an ego-driven saying a better choice would have been to debut Jubilee. Yeah, Jubilee would have been a cool choice. That'd have been like a soft, it says a retcon and a musical sting in Ms. Marvel. That she's somehow a mutant. Literally, our first intro to the X-Men in the MCU is not one of the decades worth of mutants, but via a retcon. Yet that Kevin forced onto the franchise to make his own and out of the MCU spin. And it's a tease and a retcon that they still have not paid off. To the above, for decades, X-Men fans have waited for teenage mutants like Jubilee, Kitty Pryde to get their justice due in the film. Kevin knows this, but just like Fox shoved a teenage retcon rogue down our throats, Kevin and Marvel are shocked. I think this is a misprint, are shoving Khan down our throats when far more interesting mutants would do. It's a FU to fans, having been in the room with these guys. It's absolutely all ego. Even having a newly cast Jubilee show up at the end of Ms. Marvel to recruit her would have been better than the instantly forgettable tag we got. Yeah, it was forgettable. using the animated series Sting for Professor X, only to brutally murder him again, which DeMaio called weird nostalgia. Yeah. See, I told you guys that I hate this when companies do them, when studios do this. They bring in somebody from another universe, another version, and they always kill them off as if they want to tie up loose ends. You don't have to do that. In the fans' minds, there could be other adventures that they're going on in these other universes. That's how people would think of it. You don't have to tie the loose ends up by killing them. You don't have to do that. However, of course, that's what we get in the multiverse of madness. They killed all of them off, and I felt it was coming. Stop doing that stupid stuff. You could have had her just beat them up. You know what I mean? Within an inch of their life and leave. You didn't have to kill them. But of course, that's what you do because you want to tie up loose ends. I hate that about studios doing that. They do it in television shows, movies. They do it in cartoons, series and stuff like that. The only thing they don't really do it in like that all the time is comic books, because it's almost as if I wish they saw it like the comic books, like just so many stories yet to tell. Yes, they can be told on the big screen and on the small screen, just like the comic books are told in those pages. Anyway, weird nostalgia cameo of Professor X in Doctor Strange 2 that used the animated series Sting, where Kevin thought it'd be fresh and cool to see the revered leader and activist visionary of the X-Men entire creed get brutally murdered again. Yeah, that was absolute bad choice. If anything, I thought he was the only one that was going to survive. I was hoping. Monica Rambeau, meaning Beast, from the worst X-Men movie ever made, with no story connection, which he compared unfavorably to Phase 1's Avenger tags. Excuse me. Next, Monica Rambeau somehow finding herself transported back to meet Beast from the worst X-Men movie ever made. Add that these two characters have zero history or irony to have met one another in the same way that, say, Nick Fury coming to meet Tony Stark had in Phase 1. All the tags in Phase 1 begged a clear, exciting story, the creation of the Avengers. What the hell does Beast and Monica tease? Nothing. It's just a desperate play to make us care. Want a better tag? What if the film ended with Monica or Carol waking up to meet each other? Anna Paquin's Rogue. Now, I see what you're saying. Okay. Now that does what the MCU's Phase 1 tags did. Deadpool and Wolverine reliance. Reprising Fox's Wolverine and Deadpool to tell a fan pandering story of Reddit wish lists. The retries of Wolverine and Deadpool from the Fox franchise that the MCU and Kevin had zero to do with. To tell a fan pandering story of Reddit wish lists that seemed to say farewell to the Fox universe. Again, and yet again, the MCU being like Fox is this lazy reliance on Wolverine as the face of the X-Men. The adamantium plot, and then he went off about a whole lot of stuff in Captain America 4, calling it a contrived MacGuffin that raises timeline questions. A contrived MacGuffin, a plot of adamantium in Captain America Brave New World that has amounted to nothing and begs timeline questions, where I guess Miss Marvel is a mutant before Wolverine entered Weapon X. Recycling old characters, bringing back characters we thought were gone as artificial interest. Lastly, all the Fox characters we thought were gone and dead are being brought out yet again to manufacture artificial interest and distract from Kevin and Marvel Studios the decade-long flailing of frequent failures. He going off. Kevin is introducing new concepts like adamantium and mutant Miss Marvel, while simultaneously recycling old Fox characters, all before telling us they're going to reboot everything anyway. Like, WTF. No room for ego. I think this is it. DeMaio accused Feige and his parliament of undermining X-Men 97's success because fans saw it as a model for fixing the MCU. See, it was almost perfect. It was a damn good show. And yeah, I can see why fans wanted that. Quote, I was told Kevin resented my work in the show because fans were using it as a referendum on how Kevin's MCU is failing. You could tell Bo knew the characters, and you could tell he knew what made for exciting storytelling in a great animated series. You could tell. Feige knows his stuff, but he decided to go down the woke road and destroy everything and keep going and keep doing it, and then blame it on other stuff, saying, oh, it was too much now. It was too much woke. Okay. Oh, people don't want to do homework. No, we loved to do the homework when everything was great. We loved piecing stuff together. We loved figuring things out. Don't try that. That's not what it was. And they all made for bad to mediocre movies. He said Marvel even censored crew members from praising his leadership and stopped an IGN interview for giving me too much credit, quote, end quote. Quote, all of this ego, and the X-Men have no room for ego. Their legacy and the investment so many of us made into what's the priority, not making your mark. Wow, man. Despite his criticism, DeMaio says he's open to being proven wrong, but only through story, not PR. Quote, not by PR and stunt casting and nostalgia grabs but by someone actually talking about the comics and the themes and the stories, doing right by them. He contrasted Marvel's Phase 1, all H panels, which focused on the characters and the themes, which is what he sees now. And themes with what he sees now. Quote, there's no talk of the actual heroes or character story. Kevin and his brood are just star at this point. He had a lot to say, and he was right about a whole lot. There's not too much, if anything, I would argue with him about. If it is true, Mr. Feige, that you are jealous or have a problem with the fans loving his product and saying, hey, well, listen, you need to do it like this. I mean, you can't be mad. You know how good you did Phase 1 through 3. You know how good you did. Stop. You know what the hell it is. Okay? You can't shove stuff down people's throat and expect them to like it. You know what I mean? Anyway, post the comments down below. Let me know what you all think. If you enjoyed my reaction, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. You can find this full article on Cosmic Book News. 10 million subscribers. Woo!